The world will never starve for want of wonders, but only for want of wonder. This is like a little gentle slap in the face, because it's true. We live in a world that's pulsing with magic, right? Let the magic continue to
all
flow.
over the place.
And half the time we're just trudging on autopilot, right? The problem isn't lack of miracles. It's that we walk right past the miracles that are right in front of my face. We're not fascinated. It's almost like you got to be on like an acid trip to look at a leaf and go, oh my God, a leaf, But the leaf is actually fascinating. Stare at a leaf, stare at a blade of grass, stare at a stone. It's like stare at a piece of wood. It's actually breathtaking. The mountains, the ocean, the people in our lives, the very fact that we're breathing is outrageous. The fact that we nourish our bodies with food that tastes good. Why does food have to taste good? It doesn't have to. It could just be like, okay, we got to eat those nourishing things. But food actually tastes good, and there's varieties of it. Isn't that fascinating? That's a miracle.
It is. It not only that according to the flavor, when it hits your tongue, certain enzymes are released to help digest that food.
Sure.
That particular food. That's a miracle right there. It's a wonder.
Yeah. It's as if the universe is like whispering, hey, follow this, check this out, look deeper, ask where this beauty comes from. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Live from Super Soul Farm, this is Wisdom of the Sages, a Bhakti Yoga podcast with your host Raghunath and co-host and senior educator at the Bhakti Center in New York City, Kaustubha Das. Welcome to the show. It's Tuesday. Wait, no, it's Wednesday, November 26th, 2025. It's episode 1702. Good morning, beautiful people. We're here with Miss Pranapriya here. I'm about to take off for Alachua. Kaustubha's in Rishikesh. First announcement, Kaustubha. I am singing. Anyone coming to that kirtan or checking in live, I'm singing at 7 p.m.
Yeah,
so if you're in the area,
every
come
day
and
you're
sit
stealing.
And sing with me. Huh?
Every day you're stealing Pranapriya's announcements. She hasn't given an announcement the past 2 shows.
She wasn't going to announce that.
That's true. All right.
You want to get to announcements?
Me. You know who's going to be there? Greg Digase is going to be there. Seth Lieberman's going to be there. Hot Scott is going to be there.
I'd like to know if Jimmy James is going to be there.
Marissa and Joe are going to be there.
Jimmy
James. And what about the engineer?
Jenna.
Jenna. Henry Sholkoff is going to be there. I want Henry in the middle, clapping his hands, singing.
That's 7 p.m. on Friday?
Spinning around. 7 p.m. Friday, Alachua. We're going to be there.
It's probably been
Friday.
Nearly 50 years about 50 years Henry's been a practicing devotee. But has he ever led a kirtan at a big kirtan festival like that?
Has he led one? We're not asking him to lead it, but we're asking him to.
But
what the heck's going on with my shirt?
We could. I bet he would do a really nice kirtan.
Yeah, he would. He could just sit next to me and sing with me. You know what I don't like about India?
Raghunath, you could just move over and let him do it.
Yeah.
First you didn't want him to do it, then he could do it with you. Why couldn't he just do it himself? And you
know what I don't like about... Listen, I'm on a squirrel right now.
Okay.
Don't steal my squirrel. You know what I don't like about India? I don't like... And people have been encouraging me, including my assistant, Janeshwar. He's like, Raghunath, you should get one of these little portable microphones. I'm not into it. I'm not into microphones. I mean, for podcasts, yeah. But India is already loud. No more microphones. No more speaker systems. No more, whether it's a Hindu call to prayer or an Indian. You want to have church bells? Good. Artik bells? Good. A cappella chanting? Good. No more microphones. It's annoying and noisy. And it takes the beauty away from just people's voices. How about you just have 2 singers or 3 singers, a team of 3 people singing? What do you think about that? God, he's frozen.
No,
I don't think it should be an absolute. I don't think it's an absolute. I think sometimes there's a need, but they definitely use it probably like 90% of the time it's not a need.
Once you give it that inch, the devil works in half-truths, Kaustubha. Right? So once you say, sometimes it's needed, everyone will be like, well, we need it for this. No, you don't. What did they do? What did Lord Chaitanya do? They must have had teams of kirtan leaders, right? Maybe those megaphone,
I don't know how in these huge assemblies, like, when Sutta Goswami is speaking to the sages in Naimisharanya, how are they all hearing him? I don't know.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know. They probably just spoke.
Well,
anyway,
there's thousands of people there.
they spoke loud.
You're in a weird
people
mood.
Listen.
Okay?
People listened.
You're bringing up. Anyway, let's move on. Mary or Pranapriyaji. Announcements.
Yes, I do have some announcements. Our next show will be Monday at 7 a.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
And then also, there's going to be some extra Bhakti Recovery Group meetings happening tomorrow.
Holiday season, it's important.
Yeah. Holidays are tough for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Between addictions, family dysfunction, stress, perfectionism, all these old patterns can get really loud. So they set up some extra support groups.
How about feasting and singing carols together? Can we look on the bright side? Why does everything have to be negative about the holidays? How about coming together with the people you love, decorating the tree?
Why do you always have to be contrary? She was making an important point.
Anyway, there's a lot of people who are holding space for meetings throughout the day. So if you're struggling or feeling shaky or overwhelmed, or you need a voice before relapse or family chaos kicks in, just reach out, and you can go to bhaktirecoverygroup.com, and they have an online meeting list, or you can check out their WhatsApp group also.
Okay.
All right.
And then also Wisdom of the Sages going to Mayapur this year, January 22nd through February 2nd.
Save the date.
Save the date. If you're interested, reach out to raghu.pilgrimage@gmail.com.
RAGHU.pilgrimage. We don't have
It's very
anything up on
affordable,
the
whatever
site.
it is. Yeah, when we get it up, it's an easy one.
It's a level 2. It's a level 2 pilgrimage. You have to be really sort of like, Krishna is my Lord. If you're just sort of like listening to this podcast and getting sort of inspired, but haven't really opted into, I am a devotee of Lord Krishna, it just may not be for you. It could seem like the biggest cult in the world. But if you're in it,
now
it's
who's
like,
getting
this
negative? Now who's getting negative over here?
But if you're into it, you're like, this is incredible.
Pilgrimages, my poor Dom.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're not into it, come on, Kaustubha, be honest.
I understand.
You're just saying, this is my Lord.
I
He's
understand.
a deity. My Lord is a marble idol. It's weird for a lot of people. But if you're into it, you're like, these are the most beautiful deities I've ever seen in the world. Right?
Yeah. Oh, very beautiful.
Anyway, if you're into Krishna, this Mayapur thing is for you, especially if you're hanging over from either the Mridanga school or the teacher training or the wisdom training.
Okay.
Just throw on another 7 days and let's all hang together
Make it
in
happen.
the land of Kirtan and Lord Chaitanya. Super psyched for that.
Okay.
Well, alrighty. And we already got people signing up.
Excellent.
Should we get
Are
in
you
the
ready to
nugget?
get in the nugget?
I'm in it. I'm in
You
the
ready,
nuggets.
Raghunath?
Yeah. I was wondering if you were ready.
Okay. I am. And Pranapriya, we're ready.
We're ready. The nugget comes from GK Chesterton.
GK Chesterton.
GK
That's HR Puffinstuff's
Chesterton.
HR Puffinstuff's brother.
You just can't beat that name, GK Chesterton.
He writes.
I need initials. What's my initials? RA. It doesn't roll out.
R.A.
All right. GK Chesterton writes, "The world will never starve for want of wonders, but only for want of wonder."
Play on words,
Yes.
GK.
The world will never starve for want
Indeed.
of wonders, but only for want of wonder.
Now, Raghunath and I, before the show, were saying there are a lot of wonders out there.
Yeah, there was a show we grew up on called Wonderama. If you lived in the New York tri-state region, Wonderama was
Of course,
fascinating.
there was Stevie Wonder.
The Wonder Twins.
There was Wonder Bread.
There was a Wonder Ball game we all played as a child.
Really? There are a couple other ones that we had too, but he's talking about something different.
Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman, very good.
Wonder
the boy Wonder.
Underoos.
That doesn't count. There was the boy Wonder.
Anyway, the world will never starve for want of wonders, but only for want of wonder. You know, this is like a little gentle slap in the face, you know, because it's true. We live in a world that's pulsing with magic, right? Let the magic continue to
All
flow.
over the place.
And half the time, we're just trudging on autopilot, right? The problem isn't lack of miracles. It's that we walk right past the miracles that are right in front of my face. We're not fascinated. It's almost like you got to be on like an acid trip to look at a leaf and go, oh my God, a leaf, you know? But the leaf is actually fascinating. Stare at a leaf, stare at a blade of grass, stare at a stone. It's like stare at a piece of wood. It's actually breathtaking. The mountains, the ocean, the people in our lives, the very fact that we're breathing is outrageous. The fact that we nourish our bodies with food that tastes good. Why does food have to taste good? It doesn't have to. It could just be like, okay, we got to eat those nourishing things. But food actually tastes good, and there's varieties of it. Isn't that fascinating? That's a miracle.
It is. It not only that according to the flavor, when it hits your tongue, certain enzymes are released to help digest that food.
Sure.
That particular food. That's a miracle, right there. It's a wonder.
Yeah. It's as if the universe is like whispering, hey, follow this, check this out, look deeper, ask where this beauty comes from. Like what? It doesn't have to be beautiful. Point. Like zinnias don't have to be, flowers don't have to be beautiful. People say, well, it's not, it's all relative. You concoct what beauty is. No. The idea is there's an absolute reality, and it's reflected in this world. And the reflection, the shadow, so to speak, is that it's all temporary. Like it breaks my heart when I know the zinnias are going to die, or when the peonies are going to die, because they're beautiful for a moment in time. So that's the shadow of the world we live in. And it's because it's the shadow of a reality. There is an absolute concept of beauty, you know, and it comes from like symmetry, you know, lines. Just like if you drive
Fibonacci spirals.
Yes. Yeah. Look at it. Yeah. Just like if you've ever driven by a house and just say, that house is perfectly placed. And then you see some other house, even a nice house, and you go, that house is sort of, they shouldn't have built it there. You know, it doesn't look right. There's things that inherently seem right and wrong. Anyway, there is a magic in the natural world, and when you connect with the natural world, you become the best of architects. You become the best of painters. You become the best of, you know, dancers, the best of musicians.
Well, you know, Raghunath, what interested me most in what you're saying is, first of all, I appreciate GK
Chesterton
way of kind of poking at us to wake up a little bit, you know, to kind of wake up from the dramas that we go through in life and the monotony that we go through in life, and not really appreciating everything that's all around us. And that it is a fact that there are incredible wonders out there. And I mean, everywhere. and sometimes, and because what you said, it's what really captured my attention about when we see these wonders, it is like the universe saying, hey, shouldn't you be trying to figure out what's behind this? There must be something really wonderful behind this. Why are you not investigating that? Why are you not talking about that? Why, you know, what else are you doing in this world that's more important than that? You know, here's wonders just exploding all around you. And what are you doing with your time and with your energy? You know, sometimes you hear scientists speak, and they talk about these incredible wonders, you know, and they just go off on it. And I'm kind of like, that's great that you're appreciating the wonder, but don't you can't you intuit a little bit that you're being encouraged to try to understand, maybe beyond your field? You know, maybe science for you was something to help you appreciate how miraculous the world is. And then you're supposed to go into other fields, you know, fields of philosophy, fields of theology, fields, you know, to try to understand what is behind all of this. And that's where life really gets exciting, and you know, in my estimation. I think without that, it's kind of like, how could you not go through life and try to understand what's going on here? You know, how could you just go through day to day, setting different goals or trudging through the monotony without trying to figure out how is it that this flower grew, or how is it that, as you were saying, you know, there's these seeds and they grow out of the ground and they take nourishment and flavor from the earth, and they get hit by the sun and they grow, and then when they hit our mouth, they're full of flavor that stimulates our digestion, and we become nourished by it, and the cycle goes on and on. You know, how did that come about? If that kind of wonder isn't enough to make us a little humble and a little eager to understand that there may be something greater than myself out there, you know, that's making all this happen, then I don't know. I think that we're kind of dull to the world.
Yeah. I think you're right. I think we're a little dull to the world. I think on our spiritual path, we start to notice miracles more. We should start to sharpen that vision.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you. Thank you, sir.
Now we're going to hear about the engineer of the universe. Yeah. And we get to hear that engineer go through his own kind of like, he's experienced some wonder right now. He's kind of awed right now. And, but boy, is it like an exciting time for him, huh? Lord Brahma. You ready?
Yeah. You think you're a great artist?
You sure?
Lord Brahma created a mango.
Okay.
I think you're a good engineer. Like, he creates all these things. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Okay. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam madirayat. Before we started the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is our very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisances to the Supreme Lord Narayan, unto Narayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and to Srila Vyasadeva, the author. Nasta prayeshu badreshu nityam bhagavat sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. By regular attendance in class in the Bhagavatam and by rendering service to the pure devotees, all that is troublesome to the heart will become eradicated. And loving service to the Supreme Lord, who is praised with transcendental songs, will be established as an irrevocable fact. Om Jnana Timarandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmidadam Nena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance. My teachers are opening my eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my obeisances at their lotus feet. Reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, Text 15. You know, this is the praised with transcendental songs. So Krishna is getting praised with transcendental songs right now. Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
What? I'm here.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to start reading.
Going to read the verse?
Yeah, well, I can't tell if you're looking in. I mean, I said something. You didn't respond. You're not moving, so I thought you were frozen. Come on. At least, like move your head around. Give me a head bobble.
It was probably a lag, Raghunath.
Okay.
It's the internet.
My dear Lord, if your transcendental body with which shelters the entire universe is actually lying upon the water, then why were you not seen by me when I searched for you? And why, though I could not envision you properly within my heart, did you then suddenly reveal yourself?
Okay. You know what this is talking about? We're going back here. We're going back. In the Bhagavatam, we're going back to the third canto. in the history of the universe, or going back to the beginning of the universe, right? Where Brahma is born on this lotus flower, and he's trying to figure out, he's like, what's behind everything? He began searching, right? So he was climbing down the stem of the lotus and trying to, he was in the dark and he couldn't see anything, right? And then he heard these words, tapa, right? Tapa. And he began to do this austerity and this meditation. And then the Lord was revealed in his heart, internally. Then the Lord was revealed externally. And then he wasn't able to see the Lord, And now here we are, like hundreds of thousands of years later, and he's saw Krishna, but when he saw Krishna, he couldn't see Vishnu. He thought it's just a boy. And then Krishna showed, no, I'm Vishnu. Here you go. I can be many Vishnus. So it's like this verse, he said, I couldn't see you, and then I could see you. And he's kind of saying, you are a mystery. What determines how you let yourself be seen? Because like sometimes I just tried to see with my eyes. That wasn't enough. Sometimes I was doing a physical search. That didn't work. Sometimes I was going to deep meditation. It worked at sometimes, and then it didn't. It seems like you have your own way of revealing yourself, and it's not something that can be done merely through the senses, but it's not even something that could be done by the strength of meditation. You seem to have your own way of appearing. And it's really interesting to see Brahma struggling with this. Of course, there's that famous verse in Bhagavad Gita that one who understands and disappearance, right? That qualifies them, to transcend this world and return to Krishna's spiritual realm. And so here he's trying to understand it. This is what the most intelligent person in the universe understand, how it is that sometimes you manifest and sometimes you don't, and what makes the difference.
Okay, text 16. My dear Lord. Well, I'm sorry. My dear Lord, text 15. My dear Lord, your transcendental body, which shelters the entire universe, is actually
That's the one that we just read.
Oh, yeah.
16.
Mara told me to read 15 again. I'm going to blame her.
Pranapriya.
Pranapriya. We have like a bird emergency going on. They're just cackling out there. My dear Lord, in this incarnation, you have proved that you are the supreme controller of Maya. Although you are now within this universe, the whole universal creation is within your transcendental body. A fact you demonstrated by exhibiting the universe within your abdomen before your mother, Yashoda.
Okay. So
just as
that's a wonder, right?
Yeah.
He's saying this is something incredibly mysterious. This is something that even someone like Brahma doesn't do, or apparently can't do. But somehow the entire universe is within you, and here you are standing within the universe, right? Everything's within you, and you are within everything.
Just as this entire universe, including you, was exhibited within your abdomen, so it is now manifested here externally in the same exact form. How could such things happen unless arranged by your inconceivable energy?
This is, Raghunath, I'm just thinking, because we go back to like where we started today, and these wonders, and you take these scientists and and whether they be materialistic or not, right? They do find wonder in all these mysteries of the universe, things that just blow their mind, right? And they say things like, the incredible thing is we just know the tiniest amount about this place that we're in.
Right.
We just know a little something about the smallest little speck of it. We don't even know how far it all goes, but we do know that we're tiny, 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 tiny. And here's Brahma that actually does know all that. Like, he knows the mysteries of the material universe because he engineered them. But he's stunned by Krishna's apparent ability to manipulate energy in ways that are just inconceivable to him. Everything's in you, and then here you are standing right in the middle of everything. You're beyond the laws that I know, right? You gave me certain laws to work with within the material realm, and within the borders of those laws, I created a universe full of wonders. But it's nothing compared to what you're doing right now. I can't even conceive that you are working outside the laws that I work with.
Sort of like a magician that out magicians another magician.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. And working in an entirely different realm.
Yes. Yeah. Have you not shown me today that both of you, yourself, and everything within this creation are manifestations of your inconceivable potency? First, you appeared alone, and then you manifested yourself as all of Vrindavan's calves and cowherd boys, your friends. Next, you appeared as an equal number of four-handed Vishnu forms who were worshipped by all living beings, including me. And after that, you appeared as an equal number of complete universes. Finally, you have now returned to your unlimited form as the supreme absolute truth, one without a second.
Okay.
Text 19. To persons ignorant of your actual transcendental position, you appear as part of the material world, manifesting yourself by the expansion of your inconceivable energy. Thus, for the creation of the universe, you appear as me, Brahma. For its maintenance, you appear as yourself, Vishnu. And for its annihilation, you appear as Trinetra, or Shiva. O Lord, O Supreme Creator and Master, you have no material birth, yet to defeat the false pride of the faithless demons and show mercy to your saintly devotees, you take birth among the demigods, sages, human beings, animals, and even the aquatics.
Interesting.
O Supreme Great One.
Why don't we spend a little time with this one?
Okay.
So he's saying you're beyond birth, right? Like beings in this material world are born and then die. You're not subject to those laws, and yet still you appear to take birth here, right? You're born in the jail cell there, and you're a little baby, and then you continue to grow. And why do you do that? He says you take birth among the demigods, sages, and human beings, animals, and even the aquatics. Why? To defeat the false pride of the faithless demons and to show your mercy to the saintly devotees. This is also echoing Bhagavad Gita, right? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya chaduskritam. There's adventure here for Krishna. There's a fight, right? And some of the nature of that fight we've been shown already. Like back in the third canto, we saw that two devotees of Lord Vishnu, Jai and Vijay, they made a little mistake, maybe kind of a serious mistake, by not allowing the four Kumars to enter the gates of Vaikuntha. And they didn't treat the four Kumars as respectfully as they should have. And these little boy sages cursed them. You have to take birth as demons. And Lord Vishnu came and showed up on the spot, and he said, he kind of blessed the whole thing, right? Even though those are his devotees, because it gave him the opportunity for his adventure, that he will come and he will fight, and he'll even fight his own devotees playing the roles of demons. Almost, in its sense, almost like an actor on a stage, but with full-on absorption, right? Like fully getting lost in the drama. And so part of it is that Krishna comes and gets lost in the drama. He comes for the fight. He comes for the adventure. But the real meaning, the real purpose why he apparently takes birth is to show mercy to the saintly devotees, right? He comes always to save them in such a way where the love that he has for them and the love they have for him increases through that adventure, through that play. And so Brahma is sitting back and appreciating.
Okay. Text 20.
21.
21. O Supreme Great One, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, O Super Soul, Master of all mystic power. Your pastimes are taking place continuously in these three worlds, but who can estimate where, how, and when you are employing your spiritual energy and performing these innumerable pastimes? No one can understand the mystery of how your spiritual energy acts. Therefore, this entire universe, which is like a dream, is by material nature, is by nature unreal. Nevertheless, it appears as real, and thus it covers one's consciousness and assails one with repeated misery. This universe appears real because it is manifested by the potency of the illusion emanating from you. Those unlimited transcendental forms are full of eternal happiness.
Whose unlimited forms? Unlimited transcendental.
Whose unlimited forms, whose unlimited transcendental forms are full of eternal happiness and knowledge. You know what, Kaustubha? I am on a regular basis.
Yes.
Just feeling like I can't believe that this material realm is a dream. Like on a regular basis. On a regular basis, I revert to like, this is a dream. And it's actually agonizing a little bit. And even if you say, well, no, it has its reality, don't be foolish. In another sense, it's a dream. In another sense, it's a dream. It's just like walking by a graveyard. You realize those people had dreams of reality. And they're not there any longer. The reality's gone. Their houses are gone. Their passions are gone. Their bodies are gone. Their face is gone. Their beauty is gone. Their family's gone. Doesn't that bother you?
It doesn't bother me. What bothers me is that somehow I've allowed myself to be trapped within it. And I am not determined enough to correct that. That's where my botheration lies.
I can help you with that.
All right. How so?
I can hold you by the hand and lift you out of the dream.
As long as it doesn't involve any hand holding, I'm open.
Of course it will. Embracing as well. Hug a friend, Kaustubha. Hug a friend. Is hugging Vedic? Is that because you always see namaste? We don't shake hands. What about hugging? Can you hug? Is that a Vedic thing? Hugging?
Sure.
It seems spiritual, hugging people.
Yeah.
It is? But you don't hug women.
Sure.
Right? Women don't hug men. You don't see that.
I haven't heard much about that.
You know, in India, boys hold hands like it's no big deal. Straight heterosexual male, they're always holding hands. It's a thing, and not just India, like Southeast Asia. Men hold hands.
You don't see it so much.
Walk down the street. You don't see it in America. Men don't hold hands.
You don't see it in India very much anymore. I used to see it more. Things are getting more westernized.
Although my kids still hold hands. My son holds hands with his friends. He's older. They hug. You and me should like hug more. You know what I mean?
You're squirreling, Raghunath. Maybe we should read Bhagavatam more.
I just think like
text
we can show
22.
affection. We don't have to be standoffish. You and I should be a little bit more tactile.
Okay.
Good morning. Oh, how's the mustache looking today, Kaustubha?
How about we read text 22, Raghunath? Let's focus a little bit.
You know, you could have just said good. Let's read, but no. All right, you want to just like cut me off like that? Fine. Therefore, the entire universe, which is like a dream, is by nature unreal. I was just saying that. Nevertheless, it appears real. I was just saying that. And thus, it covers one's consciousness and assails one with repeated miseries. This universe appears real because it is manifested by the potency of the illusion emanating from you, whose unlimited transcendental forms, I just read this, are full of eternal happiness and knowledge. I was like, wow, I'm thinking like the Bhagavatam. It's because I already read it. You are the supreme soul, the primeval supreme personality. Soul. You are the one supreme soul, the primeval, not evil, primeval. Supreme Personality, the absolute truth, self-manifested, endless and beginningless. You are eternal and infallible, perfect and complete, without any rival, and free from all material designations. Your happiness can never be obstructed, nor have you any connection with material contamination. Indeed, you are the indestructible nectar of immortality.
Okay. So there's so much is being said now. We're hearing Brahma establish who Krishna is. And in doing so, he's kind of establishing him as like the proper place to take shelter, right? The proper place to find, it's a fact. And I know that to a lot of people to say this, it sounds like I'm talking about two different things. But the fact is that there's not one amongst us that doesn't seek shelter, right? And essentially shelter from suffering. Why we work a job and search for the right apartment or the right house, and why we search for the right mate. And in so many, practically everything that we do, we're searching for ways that we can protect ourselves from harm in this world. And the way that the Bhakti philosophers are looking at it is they're saying, you can search in all these places, but you will not find the perfect shelter. They're all going to be faulty. They may temporarily serve some purpose, but they all will fail you in the end. But here's again, the number one mind of the universe, Brahma. He's just kind of laying it out, and he's listing the qualifications. For here is an object of shelter that you can connect with, that won't fail you, that will be there perfectly for eternity, self-manifested. He's not dependent on anyone, right? He's not. If you try to take shelter someone that's dependent on someone else, well, you're setting yourself up, right? You have someone that's potentially fallible. You're self-manifested. You're endless. And you're beginningless. So there's no fear of my shelter disappearing. I buy a new house, it's going to disappear. Right? I take shelter of Krishna, he's not going to disappear. You're eternal, infallible, perfect, and complete, without any rival. There's nobody that's going to come along, and take him out, free from all material designations. Material by nature means temporary and ultimately fallible. So therefore, your happiness can never be obstructed, nor have you any connection with material contamination, right? All the faults in the people that we take shelter of have to do with their material contamination. It has to do with their own insecurities or their own ignorance, which makes them, which makes our connection to them problematic. You don't have those nectar of immortality. Okay, you're 100% qualified. It's just like Brahma saying, take shelter here.
Nice. Okay, text 24. Those who have received the clear vision of knowledge from the sun-like spiritual master can see you in this way as the very soul of all souls, the super soul of everyone's own self. Thus, understanding your original personality, they are able to cross over the ocean of illusory material existence.
That's
text
a very
25.
deep verse, Raghunath.
Yeah, it is. The Guru
Let's
is giving
stick with 24.
clues. Huh?
Says the Guru's sun-like. And I'm thinking about that. I mean, in one sense, it's the idea that illuminates the darkness. Okay, I could see that for a reason why I've called the Guru sunlight. But I wonder if there's other reasons. Maybe commentators have mentioned, like maybe having something to do with how the Guru is, the energy of Krishna is flowing through the Guru. I don't know. If the energy of, in other words, the energy of the sun is also like the sun is, in a sense, a representative in how it illuminates, in its power of illumination.
Warming, nourishing.
Yeah.
Healing.
And
healing.
All of these things.
Cleansing. Sun cleanses.
The sun is a purifier. Absolutely.
Purifier.
Yeah. And then he says, you are in this.
What is that? What is that?
You,
What is that old Vedic statement? Right? You ever heard that? Like to clean cotton. What is it? To clean cotton, you need wind and water.
Yeah.
You need wind and water.
And I think
to clean silk, you just need wind. To clean wool is always considered clean. Have you heard that?
I have. Yes.
Like they don't mention soap.
I mean, if you spill you know if you spill you know your mustard all over it, in one sense it's not clean. But in other words, without any external thing, like, you know, in other words, you can let it lie in your closet for a year and pick it up and put it right back on. Apparently, you know, and it's considered pure.
Yeah.
Whereas cotton, you'd have to wash it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was an interesting little squirrel.
Now we get to the classic
analogy.
Analogy of Vedanta.
Yeah. A person, by the way, I've actually done this before. A person who mistakes a rope for a snake becomes fearful. But he then gives up his fear upon realizing that the so-called snake does not exist. Okay. Similarly, for those who fail to recognize you as the supreme soul of all souls, the expansive, illusory material existence arises, but knowledge of you at once causes it to subside. I had a bad dream last night when I fell asleep, and I immediately decided in my dream I'm going to offer prayers to Krishna, and I was safe.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I was in my illusion, and I entered into reality within my illusion. That's what we're doing in Bhakti.
Right.
That's what we're doing in Bhakti. We're actually in an illusion, but we're calling reality into our illusion. It's almost like you're waking up. It's like you in a dream, you have some clarity. Sometimes we have clarity within a dream. Sometimes the guru speaks to us. Sometimes Krishna speaks to us. Sometimes we're having some realization, or we're learning some life lesson in a dream. That's what Bhakti Yoga is. How can I, in this world of illusion, have some sense of reality? How can I take the reality? How can I bring reality into the dream and make the dream useful? We're using the dream to escape the dream. It's like using a thorn to get a thorn out when you don't have a tweezers. We're using the dream to escape the dream. What do you think about that, Kaustubha?
I love it, Raghunath.
You do?
Using
you love
the dream
it?
to escape the dream. Yes.
You love that? You can keep it if you love it.
Okay, thank you. Let's and I know I have to make this transition very, very gently here, because if I change the subject, then you get upset with me at this point. So I'm not going to say not only that.
Not only that, but this. Check this out, everybody. Raghunath said that, but I got this.
I think it's important. I think it's important. I think it's important that we discuss the snake and the rope analogy, right?
Okay, yeah. Sure.
Now, Shankara, who is, you know, the you could say the father of Advaita Vedānta, he uses this analogy. This is how they use the analogy, and I hope I represent it well. They say that, yeah, if you step, you know, it's nighttime and you open up your door and you step outside and, oh my God, there's a snake there. You slam the door shut, you go back inside.
Or you just jump.
So either way,
yeah.
You saw that image, you identified it as a snake, and because you know that snakes are dangerous, you felt fear. And then you went back inside the house and closed it up. Then you open up the door next morning when the sun is out. Everything's illuminated. Right. Everything's clear. And you look and you see, oh, that wasn't a snake. That was a rope lying there, right? It's still in the exact same spot. When the darkness was there, it appeared to be a snake, and I felt fear. I imposed the idea of a snake on something that wasn't a snake. And it was due to that imposition of my mind that made this illusory thing cause fear in me. Once everything was illuminated, I no longer had that ignorance. I was no longer imposing a false identity on the rope, and everything was fine. And so they're saying that there is nothing but Brahman, there is nothing but spiritual energy, but we're imposing a material conception on top of it. And so I am nothing but Brahman. You are nothing but Brahman. We are all just this one energy, but we've imposed in a house, and I'm somewhere else, and this is all just an imposition. As a matter of fact, Kaustubha doesn't exist. Raghunath doesn't exist. That house doesn't exist. All that exists is the oneness of Brahman, that one divine light, and there is nothing else that exists. And if we just understood that, we'd be free of fear and free of all the different kinds of suffering that we go through. And the way that you understand that is through contemplation of the jnana as is presented in Vedanta. And by saying that, they're saying that the fact that you and I are individuals isn't true. That's one important. That's one important result of
Difference.
that kind of thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're also saying that Krishna isn't true. Like, in other words, there's no being beyond you in this beautiful form of Krishna that exists in eternity. That conception of Krishna is also a mental imposition. Any kind of attributes that we place on the one Brahman is illusory. And when we fully wake up, we recognize that, and there's no more fear, and there's no more anxiety, etc. Now, this is how the bhakti yogis respond to that. They say, interesting idea, a lot of truth in it, right? A lot of truth in that, a lot of interesting stuff to ponder in that. But here's one thing that where your analogy really fails, where it really cracks. And that is that if I walk out and see a rope, and I think it's a snake, that will only happen if I've seen a snake before. If I've never seen a snake before, I will never think that a rope is a snake. I'll never misidentify. The fact is that because the rope has similar attributes as the snake, right? It's windy, and it's only because they share similar attributes that I could mistake a rope for a snake. And I could never mistake a rope for a snake if a snake didn't exist already. You're saying,
I like that. I like where you're going with this.
Right? Yeah. So the Bhakti yogis are saying that for us to impose individuality into this realm, for us to impose the conception of the supreme being Bhagavan, an individual with etc., with all the qualities of Bhagavan, for us to impose that on the oneness of Brahman means that it has to exist already. Otherwise there would be no question of imposing something that doesn't exist. It has to exist first. And just like that, and now it's kind of like the Advaita Vedānta should just say, okay, you know what, we're going to put that analogy away now, because it really doesn't work. It really doesn't. I wonder if there's any mention of that. You want to take a look at the commentary?
Not really, but I will. Those submerged in illusion see material existence as infinite, just as one who is submerged in water sees only water around him, all around him. For example, material scientists and philosophers submerged deep within the ocean of material illusion imagine that the material nature extends infinitely in all directions. In fact, the material creation is a finite ocean of ignorance in which foolish living entities, such as material scientists, are unceremoniously dunked by the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. To be trapped in the world in which all things are born and die is certainly a fearful experience. Anyone trapped in a dark place naturally becomes fearful. That's a great statement. Since the material life is always covered by darkness of ignorance, every conditioned soul is fearful. The material nature is not ultimate reality, and thus analysis of matter can never provide answers to the ultimate questions. This dark, snake-like existence called material life immediately disappears as soon as one opens his eyes to the bright light of Krishna consciousness. So I don't think they really went with your analogy there, but this is another way to look at it.
Okay.
But I think, yeah.
It's not my
I do
analogy.
that
It's just,
sometimes.
it's
No, it's a great point. It's a great point. I'm Ray Capo, and I endorse your analogy.
I'm saying it's not even mine. It's just an analysis of it that Vaishnava acharyas have used.
Mm. And here's another thing. Illusion is something. It's not nothing. You know, it's not like it's not like, okay, it's not a snake. It's not what it appears to be, but it is something. Something. The whole material world is nothing. It's not nothing. It's something. It's just not what it appears to be. Mm?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Do you endorse me?
Yes,
I want your endorsement.
I just did.
Okay. You didn't give it any fanfare like I did for yours, but fine. Translation, next verse. The conception of material bondage and the conception of liberation are both manifestations of ignorance. Being outside the scope of true knowledge, they cease to exist when one correctly understands that the pure spirit soul is distinct from matter and always fully conscious. At that time, bondage and liberation no longer have any significance, just as day and night have no significance from the perspective of the sun. Interesting.
From the perspective of the sun, there is no day and night. It's always illuminated, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we're out of time, Raghunath.
Oh, we are. Okay. Going to Florida today.
Mm-hmm. Going to Florida. All right, I got some takeaways here.
Doing anything special for Thanksgiving, Kaustubha? Celebrate?
No. I mean, it'll be special, but it just won't be, the typical
You're
American
just like,
Thanksgiving.
you're even Steven, aren't you?
Well, I'm in India, Raghunath. There's like nobody's gonna be coming out with a curd bird here.
It's all wonderful.
All right,
Okay,
ready for some takeaways?
I am.
Sure.
Okay. The problem isn't the lack of miracles; it's that we walk right past them.
I believe in miracles, Kaustubha.
Okay.
Sharpen your sense of wonder.
There you go.
Sharpen it up.
Stevie Wonder. I wonder if that was his real name.
I don't think so.
I don't
There's
think so.
There's wonder in the mysteries of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Be determined to escape the dream.
Right? Even
Got
like
to
the
be.
rings around the Saturn, like they don't have to be beautiful. They're beautiful. You know, if you were to first see that, like that is beautiful. It's symmetrical. It didn't have to be symmetrical, but it looks beautiful. That's wonderful. It's full of wonder.
Thank you, Raghunath.
We're all searching for shelter.
Yes.
God's the only one who isn't materially contaminated.
God isn't the only one.
God
Say that
God
God
is the only
one.
who isn't material contaminated.
Well, I
You
could
don't
guess,
like that
except those that have transcended the, in this realm, I suppose you would
Yeah.
say.
Well, no, you could say then the guru is materially contaminated. That's not appropriate. I don't endorse that. I'm Ray Kaplan. I do not endorse that statement.
All right, I'll retract that one.
Okay.
I do not endorse that
Not
takeaway.
retracted. Krishna is the only perfect eternal shelter.
I endorse that.
Okay.
Call reality into your illusion.
There you go. Like I did in my dream last night. Okay. Evil forces. I'm going to start chanting.
Use the dream to escape the dream.
That was true,
And-
Raghunath.
You like that one, right?
I liked it, but I was thinking of this. Have you ever watched that show Scare Tactics?
No.
Okay, forget it.
And we're in a finite ocean of ignorance.
Oh, finite ocean of ignorance. Thanks for everybody joining us on this beautiful Wednesday morning. We're about to go to Florida, the land of sunshine. It's the Sunshine State, Kaustubha.
Yeah.
I want everybody to have a happy holiday. Holidays can be lonely. Holidays can be sad. Holidays can bring you back to some trauma or some pain or some hurt or some dysfunction. Check out Bhakti Recovery and all they're doing. Or some of you have happy holiday memories.